Magic is one of the most complex and rewarding combat styles in Old School RuneScape. The thing that trips up some players isn't casting spells, it's gear progression. Should I buy Arims now? Should I save for Ancestral? Today I'm going to go through a bit of a roadmap, from early game basics to end game best in slot magic setups, in an order that actually matters. If you want to enter the Bond giveaway, make sure to subscribe to the channel, like this video and comment anything you want down below. Maybe let me know how your magic progression is going. Magic accuracy versus magic damage. In your equipment stats, you'll see magic attack bonus, which increases your chance to hit, and magic damage percentage, a damage multiplier that increases your spell damage. Damage percent is usually more impactful than accuracy, once your accuracy is already sufficient, especially when using powered weapons like Trident or Tunic and Shadow. After the project rebalance, magic damage percentage was redistributed. The Occult's Necklace damage bonus was reduced from 10% to 5%, and many other armor pieces and prayers gain magic damage bonuses, so the progression feels more spread out. From levels 1 to 40, you're gonna have some budget gear. A blue wizard hat, robe, amulet of magic, leather boots, and an elemental staff. These give basic offensive bonuses. If you're a member, cheap jewelry like a combat bracelet or explorer's ring helps with accuracy and prayer. None of these need requirements, perfect for fresh levels. From levels 20 to 40, you could use the Xerxian robes. At 20 magic, 10 defense, Xerxian robes are your first significant upgrade over just wizard clothes. They provide better accuracy and some damage boosting potential compared with basic robes. Prayers are a core part of your DPS. In the mid game, you'll be using Mystic Law and then Mystic Might. These boost your magic accuracy, which matters a lot when you're fighting enemies with high magic defense. But the only one you're really working toward is Augury. This is your best in slot magic prayer, and post rebalance it now gives magic damage percentage on top of accuracy and defense bonuses it already had. That makes it significantly more valuable than it used to be. If you're doing any serious bossing, then Augury should be on your unlock list as a priority. At level 40 magic and 20 defense, Mystic robes become your first true mid-game set. Mystic gives higher magic attack bonuses, balanced defensive stats, and decent magic damage bonus after the rebalance. Mystic will carry you pretty far before you need serious upgrades. After completing the Underground Pass quest, you unlock the Iban Staff. This weapon allows Iban Blast, which hits harder than standard bolt spells at similar levels, and can be a powerful early bossing weapon. You can recharge the staff and pay for additional charges for lots of use. From level 40 to 60, you can get the God Books. Completing Horror from the Deep unlocks the damaged book and lets you create these. These give some of the best shield slot magic attack and damage bonus at mid levels. One of the most slept on additions to magic in recent years is the Arceus Spellbook. Once you hit the required magic level, you can summon a Thrall, a small undead creature that passively attacks your target, dealing damage completely independent from your own attacks. It doesn't interrupt your casting, it just adds free damage on top of whatever you're already doing. There are different tiers, lesser, greater, and superior, and within those you can choose the skeletal, zombie, or ghost variants. The damage type varies slightly between them, but for most PvM content, the superior throw is what you're working toward, especially the magic one as it attacks faster than the other two. This is now essentially expected in high-end bossing setups. The Lunar Spellbook doesn't give you any offensive combat spells, but don't dismiss it. Vengeance is one of the most powerful situational tools in the game. It reflects a large portion of the next hit you take back at your opponent, which is huge in PvP and even useful in some PvM scenarios. Beyond that, Luna gives you quality of life spells like Humidify for filling water containers in bulk, and one of the most important, NPC Contact, which lets you speak to quest NPCs without traveling. At 50 magic and 50 defense, Swamp Bark armor can help bind spells last longer. Niche but useful for defensive playstyles. At 60 magic and 60 defense, Blood Bark is one of the best value mid-game sets post rebalance. Each piece now provides magic damage bonus. This makes it better than Arims at similar cost per damage percentage, until you reach higher levels and more expensive gear. At 70 magic, Occult becomes available. It gives both accuracy and magic damage percentage bonus, but its damage bonus was reduced from 10 to 5% during the project rebalance. It's still a huge DPS upgrade for magic. Barrow's gloves from the Recipe for Disaster give big magic attack bonus and remain relevant throughout the mid to late game. Aram's robes offers decent defense and damage percentage. Dagonhide robes are a cheaper alternative with magic damage percentage, useful if you'd rather not repair degrading gear. At 75 magic you unlock the Trident of the Seas, a powered staff with strong magic attack. A Trident of the Swamp is an upgraded version. It requires Zulrah skills with higher magic attack bonus and venom chance on hits. Very strong for bossing. At 82 magic you can wield the Sanguinesti staff. It's basically a Trident of the Swamp that heals you. Every hit heals you for half the damage. The DPS is nearly identical to the Swamp Trident, but the healing is clutch for certain situations. Before we get into powered staffs and endgame weapons, it's worth talking about elemental staffs because they directly affect how much magic costs you to train. Each elemental staff, air, water, earth and fire, provides infinite runes of that element when equipped. So if you're casting fire spells you can equip a fire staff and never buy fire runes again. This cuts your training costs significantly. The Battle Staff version gives slightly better stats and even better stats with the Mystic Battle Staff. The Smoke Battle Staff is a special case. It combines fire and air runes, which makes it excellent for fire spells from the standard spellbook and saves you on both rune types simultaneously. Staff of the Dead and Toxic Staff of the Dead. These are worth knowing about even if you end up skipping them. The Staff of the Dead gives a 15% chance on every cast to not consume your runes. Over a long session that adds up to meaningful savings. The Toxic version adds a venom effect on top. The Mage Training Arena north of the Jewel Arena is one of the best sources of mid-game magic upgrades and most players either don't know about it or put it off too long. Inside you'll earn 2 currencies, Pizzazz points from 4 different rooms which you can spend on rewards. Now we're going to get onto a few more advanced items. At 80 magic and 80 defense, Illidinis' ward gives you +3 magic damage in your shield slot. This is a decent upgrade from the Mage's book. I wouldn't say this is super urgent. Later there's a fortified version that gives +5 magic damage but costs 120 million plus. This is definitely endgame territory. Post rebalance, the Eternal Boots now provide a small magic damage percentage bonus. These are a quality of life upgrade when you have the money. The Dragon Hunter wand is great for dragon tasks and can improve damage when fighting dragon aligned foes. The Magic Potion is your budget option when it comes to potions. It gives you a temporary boost in your magic level, which means you can sometimes use higher level spells than your base level allows, and it increases the effective power of spells that scale with level. Cheap, widely available, and worth keeping your inventory for bossing, and then you can use divine potions where necessary. The Imbued Heart is a step up from that, a Slayer drop that gives a larger boost on a 10-minute cooldown. No rune cost, you just activate it. At the top end, the Saturated Heart is the best in slot version. It gives a higher magic level boost than the Imbued Heart and provides a flat magic damage percentage increase on top of that. If you're running a high-end magic setup with Ancestral and Tumikin's Shadow, the Saturated Heart is part of that tier group. In your cape slot early on, you're probably using a skill cape or a god cape from completing the Mage Arena minigame. That's a reasonable step and something you should pick up when you can. What you're actually working toward is the Imbued God Cape. This comes from completing Mage Arena 2, which involves hunting down 3 boss type NPCs, and the result is the best in slot cape for magic attack in the game. You need this for endgame magic setups. The Ancient Staff is important for ancient magics. Bursting and barraging training is much more efficient with these in Slayer contexts. The Virtuous Robes are the ancient magic's best in slot. At 78 magic and 75 defense, Virtuous Robes become available. This is where armor gets quite expensive. Each piece, the mask top and bottom, gives +2 magic damage for normal spells and +5 magic damage for ancient magic spells. You should only buy this if you're doing a lot of content with ancient magics. If you're mostly using powered staffs on other spellbooks, then skip Virtuous and save for Ancestral instead. Before we have access to the Magus Ring, the Seer's Ring, particularly the imbued version from the Nightmare Zone or Soul Wars, gives you solid magic accuracy bonuses in the ring slot. It's cheap to obtain and imbuing it doubles its bonus. Use it as a ring until you have access to better. The Magus Ring is a post-rebalance addition to the best in slot magic setup, and it's significant. It provides a magic damage percentage which puts it ahead of the Seer's Ring in almost every damage focused scenario. At 75 magic and 65 defense, you can wear ancestral robes. These pieces each provide +3 magic damage after the rebalance. The Tormented Bracelet is one of the biggest single magic damage upgrades, giving a significant % bonus. The Kodai Wand is used for autocasting efficiency and provides great accuracy. The Tumikin's Shadow multiplies your base magic attack bonus, all 4 when you're inside TOA. This makes it the undisputed best weapon for pure magic DPS. This should be your ultimate goal when it comes to magic gear. I thought I'd mention some niched and specialized gear. The Tomes of Fire, Water and Earth provide elemental specific damage bonuses for spell types. Niche but strong in the right situations. Confliction Gauntlets are high damage % gloves that become good gear after Tormented. Void Armor offers high magic accuracy bonus, especially elite for specialized setups. This is good to bring at content where you don't want so many switches. Magic is diverse, powerful, and unique in OSRS. I think it might be my favorite combat style. It definitely feels overpowered at times, but for me, I don't know, I just love magic. Take small steps, take your time, enjoy the process. Endgame magic gear can get very expensive, so don't think about that now. Just take small steps and have fun. Thank you for watching the video. Be sure to enter the Bond giveaway. Tap the video on screen if you want to see 5 mid-game bosses that can make you bank. I hope you're having a good day, and until the next one, peace.